Hello guys, welcome back to ServiceNow 911. In today's video, we are discussing about an important page which is UI page. You can say it is a kind of web page in ServiceNow which is using HTML, Jelly, Angular JS, all the basic UI utilities which we have currently in the market. Let me show you one UI page. So the UI page is under System UI pages. Let's go there. I have the one created for you. Let me open this. So this is the UI page. There are total 3 sections. The very first one is HTML, where you have to design the body, okay? And then you have this client script. The UI page client script supports basic front-end JavaScript functions, which we are using on regular basis, like this get element by ID, okay? Where the server-side options can be used, like this. You see here, glide record and everything, okay? So let me show you what this form is doing, what this UI page is doing. Click on try it. So you see I have tried to create an incident form, okay? And once I provide short description, category and description, once I click on submit, it will create a new incident. Let me do so. Software, testing purpose, and then description, anything. Click on submit. As soon as I clicked on submit, it is redirecting me to the newly created incident. You see, the short description is the same, category is the same, and description is the same, okay? So many times you get such a request where you have to create a reference field, where you have to create a simple field, or you have to create buttons and all. So for all those things, you can use the help from this particular UI page which I have designed. So let me go to the body of UI page. So this is the HTML body. Just make it bigger. So generally we are using JavaScript and HTML to design the form. So first of all, we have this glide UI form tag, which is containing the entire body. You see here. Then we have center, because this is the center tag, which is coming from HTML. And then at the top we have this heading that is coming in H2. This is the heading which is coming in H2. H2 means heading 2, okay? And then I am starting a table. So all these fields are a part of a table. Under table tag we have TR, then we have TD. TD means the cell. Okay, so very first one is requester. So let's see here, the very first one is requester, okay? Then after requester, we have this again TD, which is adjacent to it. And then here you see we have a reference field, which is populating the logged in username. So how we are doing so? We are doing with the help of UI reference tag, okay? So whenever you have a requirement to add a reference field, you can use GUI reference tag. Here you have to provide name, table, that is the reference table, and the display value. What is the display value? gs.getUser.getUsername. It means, so here we are using GS, that is the glide service class, and its function getUser, which is providing the whole data of user, and from that data we are displaying only the display name, okay? So the same is coming here. If you click here, it is opening the same user table like we have referenced the sys user table here. Then we are closing the TD, closing the TR. It means the requester and this complete line, this particular row is now closed. We are moving to next TR. Then we are starting a new row, which is the very first element is category. So the same is coming here, category, okay? After category text, we have the drop down. So how to add a drop down here in UI page? You have to use select and then provide the name and the ID. Why we are using ID? Because ID provide a unique identification to that particular UI element, which is get ID. So all the options can be added here like this. You have to provide the value as well as the label. So the same is coming here. So in this way you have to add the options, and then you have to close the select option. So after drop down, we are providing short description in a new row, and this is the input, right? What type of input we are providing? It is the text type, and this is the name, okay? And then in the next row, we are providing description option. So in description option, you see here, we have to specify the text area, like how many rows, how many columns, because this is a bigger area, right? So here we have to provide the total number of rows and columns, so that we will provide a large number of area for huge descriptions. Closing it. Then you see in the new TR, we have a new button, that is submit. You see here, type equal to submit. So this is the submit button, and we have on click function written here. So once somebody click on that button, this particular function will get fired, okay, will get executed. And again, in the same row, we have a new button as well, which is of type reset. Okay, once somebody click on reset button, this particular function onset will get triggered. Okay, and then we are done, right? This is what we want to achieve. We are done. We are closing the table tag, we are closing the center tag, and then we are closing the UI form tag. Okay, and at last we are closing the jelly tag. So in this way, you can create a particular field, a particular option, a particular button in UI pages. Then we have the client script. Under client script, we are defining the functions. We are providing the body to the functions, you see here. So what this onset function is doing is written here. So it is just capturing the whole FID. So what is FID here? You see here, the whole UI form is the FID. So it is just resetting the values. Okay, so let's say this one like this, like this. So if you want to reset, click on reset. So everything is reset now. So that's what this particular onset function is doing. And then we have this processing script option. So whatever values are there in this particular form, once you click on submit, it get processed. It get processed by using processing script. So here I am submitting this value into an incident table. So this is the basic glide record. You all know this, right? So I am just initializing this object, providing the values. Okay, so from where we are getting value, in caller ID we are using user ID. So what is user ID? User ID. Okay, so whatever values we are filling in the processing script, these all values are coming from here. Okay, then we have the short description. So again here, this is the name, short description, then description ID, then we have this description ID. Okay, category. So what is the category? This is the category, whatever value we are filling in the form. So once it is done, I am just inserting the incident record and capturing the sysID, and using this sysID I am redirecting the form to the newly created incident. So I hope you understand the whole UI page concept. Bye bye. Take care.